going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings head up to Appleton adjacent to take on the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers on Sunday at noon. Hey, that's the only time that Kirk Cousins plays good. Whatever. But Vikings look to move to 2-0 in division, look to get to 4-4, wanting some more on the season. So here are 10 keys for a Vikings victory against the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers. I just do not like them. But I'm glad that they're there because sports without rivalries would be very boring. And also, they're coming up on multiple decades of just pain and pestilence and salt the earth so nothing will ever grow again, much like Rome did to Carthage. No big deal. First up, number one, don't turf the ball. I mean, so not gonna lie, 1 and 10 are gonna remain the same the rest of the season. Don't turf the ball, aka do not fumble, aka stop dropping the freaking ball, which the Vikings did to a plum with the San Francisco game. And the Vikings have won the turnover battle 3-1 in the last 2 games against the Niners and the crooked Chicago Bears. Both wins, by the way, shocking. So take care of things, right? And also, I mean, Jordan Love, like, he'll serve up a meatball or two, so get your mitts on them. I think that so we've had a rotation. Also, by the way, the Vikings have won NFC Defensive Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row. Jordan Hicks against the Bears, Cam Beasley against the Niners, and it should have been Harrison against the Panthers, but Devin Witherspoon happened. But I mean, how about a big time Josh Metellus game? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, man. I mean, well, Metellus can't be happy about what's going on in Michigan, so maybe he just takes out his aggression on the Packers. So that would be fantastic. Next up, number 2, let Kirko cook. So what's really great about Monday night is that Kirk Cousins, even without Justin Jefferson, it did feel like Kevin O'Connell completely let him off the chain, and he let Kirk audible at the line of scrimmage. Kirk was constantly checking against the best defense in the NFL to get into the right play, and they moved the chains. And 8-13 on third down, and Kirk was dynamite. Like, frankly, we've said this a lot recently, and I think it speaks to how well he's playing. Like, Kirk Cousins played the best ball of his career right now, and Monday night may have been the best game of his career. It's absolutely crazy, man. But, let him throw deep, let him chuck it. Packers, yes, are 8th in passing yards allowed this season. Their defense is quite good, but Savage and Stokes on IR, so they basically lost half of their starting secondary, so it's yum-yum time. It's yum-yum time in the city because, yes, the Packers defense is pretty damn solid. They're looking to get Devondre Campbell back. Jair Alexander, no safety help over the top this time around. Woo. It's going to be good, man. So picking on Jonathan Owens, picking on Rudy Ford, Rasul Douglas. Who? That's right, man. Gonna get after it. Next up, number 3. Addison makes his Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers debut. So Jordan Addison was stunning Monday night against the San Francisco 49ers. And we said Addison is built for the spotlight. He loves the attention. National television. It was great. Now back in the shuffle in the noon game when no team is on bye. It's just another game. But Addison, I think he's going to put on a show again. 7 for $123 and 2 on 10 targets against San Francisco, and should get about the same amount of work against Green Bay, especially with Stokes out. That's going to be huge, even though JR may shadow Addison, but he's ready for it. Absolutely. Next up, number 4, run the ball efficiently / red zone offense. So the Vikings offense, running the ball has been a problem this year. And it's weird because analytics-wise, the Vikings offensive line is up here, but analytics-wise, the Vikings running game is down here. It's weird, man. So no 100 yards rushing total in the last 3 games. They're 30th in the league in rushing yards. 0 goose egg D'Angelo Russell rushing touchdowns this season. And even though the Packers front 7 is pretty damn good, you can make some hay on the ground against them. The 30th in the league in rushing yards allowed. They've allowed 6 touchdowns on the ground, so hopefully, I mean, can we just get one? Like how about the Kirko tush push? Can we get in one time? Also, they're allowing 4.5 yards per carry, which is bottom third of the league. And also in terms of red zone, when you get down the painted area, you got to get in, man. You got to stop settling for field goals because you can't do that against a team like the Niners. And how about we win by multiple scores? Can we just do that one time? One time. right? And the Packers defense is 23rd in red zone percentage. So hopefully the Vikings are able to run the ball efficiently on the ground, as well as plus I don't care. Is it Madison? Is it Akers? Even though Akers did have more carries than Madison on Monday night against the Niners, which is noteworthy. Just do something. Put up 4, 5, 6, 7 yards on the ground on first down. Make it second and manageable so you can take a shot, third and manageable, etc., and go from there. Next up, number 5, explosive plays from others. So Addison, a given. Hockenson, a given. Madison, hopefully a given. KJ, yes, that too. But I mean, the Vikings have some explosive players that they just need to get more involved. Cam Akers deserves a lot more work. I love him. He's got more bursts than Madison, both on the ground and as a receiver. Ty Chandler, I love that Kevin O'Connell was scheming some looks for Ty Chandler. I mean, the double pass didn't count, but also he's getting some other work as well. Brandon Powell, who I think Kirk is really trusting. Brandon Powell is the new Aldrick Robinson. It's good times, man. Aldrick Robinson caught like 4 passes for the Vikings in 2018, and he caught 5 touchdowns. Do that math. That's boy math. But Brandon Powell, whether on jet sweeps, whether out in space, like he makes plays, man. So getting the ball out to dudes who can make a dude miss and go makes sense. Next up, number 6, Kevin O'Connell continues to be on one. And I love the way that Kevin O'Connell called the game and got this team prepared against San Francisco. Now, we've been critical, calling a spade a spade. Sometimes Kevin O'Connell, it seems like he needs more experience. Like, you can tell he's butting up against something that he hadn't seen before, and sometimes he's a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes the offense is very helter-skelter, just kind of like throwing a dart, but there's a lot of flow in play calling. There was a lot of counters and building off the counters, and the Niners defense, best in the league, was on skates. The creativity, the spreading the ball around, and we've said this before. Obviously, Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the game, the best non-quarterback in the game. It's important to have him, but JJ being out could be a weird blessing in disguise, in that Kevin O'Connell can't just rely on, hey, 18, go be Superman. Oh, I actually have to make a great game plan? Well, that's what we'll do. Next up, number 7, Love stinks. Yeah. Jay Giles band. I know that everyone loves My Blood Runs Cold, My Memory Adjustment Song. No, Love stinks. Yeah. Wedding singer, baby. But, I mean, Jordan Love was seen as, the third coming. So you had Bert Favre. Well, before that, you had Magic Man. Don Mahowski was a Pro Bowler. Then you had Bert Favre. And then you had Aaron Rodgers. And now it's like, Jordan Love, Utah State, go Aggies. He's just going to step in. And remember, when he played against the Bears and the Falcons, everyone's just like, here we go. And then, Not so much. Turns out when he actually plays defenses that aren't bottom 5, and it turns out when he can't be protected, yeah. And the offensive line, so Bakhtiari is out. Josh Myers has been dinged up, but looks like he's trending to play on Sunday. But overall, I mean, you can make some hay on them. Elton Jenkins is a stud. He's had kind of a down year this year. Zach Tom, I loved from out of Wake Forest, was actually okay at center, but is sort of whatever at right tackle. So you can get some heat. Yeah, and Rasheed Walker, the replacement left tackle, you can definitely make some yum time with Danielle Hunter. So getting some heat on Jordan Love and having him make mistakes is fantastic. Also, I just can't wait. I just can't wait to piss in Packers fans cornflakes, because Jordan Love, 7 interceptions this year. He's 23rd in the league in quarterback rating. He's bottom third of the league in PFF grade. He's bottom third of the league in EPA and DVOA and basically everything. But he is second in the league in ADOT, average depth of target, at 9.8. So basically he just YOLO balls it up. That's what he does, man. And usually to Broncos defenders, right? Next up, number 8. Eliminate the deep shot. So speaking of ADOT, Watson, Jaden Reed, as well as Romeo Doubs. Where's my graphic? That's right. So, Christian Watson, the pride of NDSU Bison, who's drafted with the selection that the Vikings traded to the Packers. So, yes, we're always tied to him. Romeo Doubs, former Nevada Reno dude who I liked in the draft a lot. Jaden Reed, second-round pick out of Michigan State. I mean, they go bombs away. Like, they like to chuck it deep. So their ADOTs, Watson, Reed, and Doubs, are 16.4, 13, and 12.4, respectively. So they love slinging it down the field. That's basically all they have. I mean, they're playing if this is soccer, they're just trying to play the long ball, man. I think that Flores, even though he loves blitzing the living bejesus out of people, and especially he would love doing that against Jordan Love, I do think you have to factor in Love does have some mobility. Like, he's not a running quarterback per se, but he's a quarterback who can run, and they do like to chuck it deep. So I think this is going to be a coverage game. I think that this is going to be a lot of two deep safeties, a lot of dropping 8, dropping 7 a minimum, and hopefully you can get some heat with 4. So I think that basically it's what's going to happen, where Flores is going to drop 8 in coverage and just be like, hey, good luck. Serve us up a couple meatballs, and we'll get the hell out of here. Next up, key number 9. Someone else besides Daniil has to generate some pressure. And that's the name of the game right now. So Daniil is number 1 in the league in sacks with 9, but also the Vikings are bottom 3 in the league in terms of pass rush efficiency. So even though they're number 1 in blitzing, they kind of have to be at this point, just sending bodies into the fray. But DJ Wanham sort of had a quiet game after he had a big-time game the couple weeks before. Patrick Jones is second. Pace Jr., who oddly played very little. I think it was more game plan against San Francisco. Jaquelin Roy, would love to see him active and actually getting after it. Like, let the kid rush. I understand that Bullard and Phillips and Lowry are decent against the run, but Jaquelin Roy, we need to generate some semblance of pass rush up front on the interior. That's what needs to happen. Like, 99 just can't be the only problem back there. They got to have 100 minimum problems on the Vikings pass rush. And then lastly, one special teams play. So I'm just waiting for it. Like, King Kene is back. He's at the height of his powers. I just want him to bust one. Like, I want him to have the green light, take one from 6 yards deep and just run it back. That's right. Or how about a block punt? Or how about Ryan Wright gets one of his punts down at the 1? Would be fantastic. And Baker, is that a safety? That might be grounding. No, never mind. Yeah. It's so funny. You can tell when I'm looking up at the TV when I'm sweating some of these jelly beans. But I do think that Matt Daniels and company, like, they've been sort of on the schneid so far this season. So I need one big-time bust-out play in the game against Green Bay. Final score prediction. So Green Bay's been exposed. And I think, frankly, they're riddled by injury. They just put a bunch of dudes on IR. Their best safety and, frankly, their best corner. Eat it, Jar. And even though they do have some talented players, I don't think they're in step with what the 12-year-old boy Matt LaFleur is putting down right now. So I think the Vikings go into Lambeau, and it's a short week, and Monday night was an emotional win. You always have to worry about the emotional hangover, but it's back to business. And frankly, if Kevin O'Connell can't get this team up in a divisional game in Lambeau against your most hated rival, chance to move to 4-4, chance to really get back into the NFC North race, a chance to move into the playoff places in the NFC because Tampa Bay is going to lose, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. So final score prediction. I'm really good. Vikings 30, Packers 9. We finally get that ass whooping that we've been wanting. Kirk is dialed in. Kirk wins NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Jordan Addison has another 12-target game, goes over 100 yards again. The running game actually gets going against this Packers front that will give it away now. And the Vikings' prodigious pass rush finally gets home against Jordan Love. Love has a 3-interception game, and the Vikings whip somebody's ass. Move to 4-4. Not going to be sellers at the trade deadline. They're going to be buyers. And we go from there, baby. That's right. But that's it. 10 keys to victory for the Vikings on Sunday against the stupid Packers. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.